So we are recording. Okay. All right, so good evening, everybody. Welcome to the City of Kingston's Tree Commission meeting. Today is June 11th. We're at City Hall in Conference Room 1. My name is Suzanne Cahill. I'm the Planning Director for the City of Kingston. We also have Kyla D-Day from my office. She's the Assistant Planner. She helps with activities that are governed by the Tree Commission. And I'm going to ask the other board members here to go ahead and introduce yourselves, please.
Kyla D-Day, member of the Tree Commission.
Evan Chen, member of Tree Commission.
Vince Archer, member of Tree Commission.
Okay. I'm going to kind of pass over the announcements since you all know what they are, and we do not have any other members of the public here today. But I want to just jump right into the agenda. We had 3 tree reviews, 2 of which are going to not occur tonight. One is 88 Highland Avenue. That one, I did notify the property owners there of an unauthorized removal. They had reached out to me. They were unaware, but they were prepared to come tonight, only they had a conflict, so they asked to be tabled until the next meeting, and I agreed to allow that to happen. 43 Gage Street is also not going to be discussed tonight. That was also another unauthorized removal. I had submitted a note to them. The property owner also reached out to me when they got the communication, indicating that that tree had gotten damaged in a storm. And I confirmed that with our DPW, and the property owner said that the tree was actually fully removed by the Department of Public Works, and that they are supposed to be removing the stump. The property owner there is very willing to put another tree in. So we spoke about her submitting an application to us. And so I'm expecting to get that in short order. So I'll follow up on both of those with you before the July meeting. The other one on the agenda tonight is an application for 35 Johnston Avenue. Kyla, can you pull this?
I don't see photos in there. Did you have photos? I did the street view.
Yeah,
But
and is that in the tree commission
Yeah.
file? There's no photo?
no photos. I see there's a sketch. This is the house.
Okay, so basically, this is the property. It's at the corner of Johnson and, think,
Lounsbury?
Lounsbury, yep. So the property owner has a proposal to prune the 3 trees along Johnston Avenue. And I have walked by there. There's a lot of dead wood, so they have a proposal from Limber Tree Services to do a pruning there of those 3 trees. And they also will be pruning the one large maple at the corner of Lounsbury, which really isn't a street tree. The 3 on Johnston are the street trees. The one on Lounsbury is on their property, but they're gonna be pruning that, along with some others that are along the adjoining property lines with their neighbors. So it's an extensive job all around the property. A lot of pruning, but actually no takedowns whatsoever. So it's good to see, that they are looking at, maintaining, because these trees are huge trees. I did speak with him on the phone a couple of times and talked to him about, the sidewalks, and possibly, looking at a project to lift the bluestone slabs up and maybe cut or trim back some of the roots and just relay the sidewalks a little bit. And he's considering that, but that's not part of this work right now. So he was really just looking for the approval on the pruning of the street trees from us. He has also made an application to the city for some funding to help offset the cost of the pruning. I know you guys don't do pruning, we do pruning and removal, so he has applied to us. So I'll have to portion out what these trees would be if we agree to allow him to do it once he, goes through the process, so.
Well, I'm all up for pruning, rather than taking down trees, and I think pruning is important to maintain them, so I would make a motion that we allow, owners of 35 Johnson Avenue to prune the, 3, or was it 4 trees, 3 on one?
Would just be basically the 3 on Johnston are the street trees.
Okay.
All of the other ones that he wants to do are really private, on private property, so
Okay.
we don't have any jurisdiction.
Okay, so to allow them to prune the 3 street trees with, all of our conditions.
So there's a motion, do I have a second? Evan, second, any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote, all those in favor? Okay, unanimous, thank you. Great.
Next, prevention and
Let's see. What did I do with my agenda here? So other business, so that everyone is aware, we do have the bids out right now. They are due tomorrow. Kyla has gotten, 2 or 3?
2, one person declined.
Okay, so hopefully by tomorrow we'll know, it's 11 trees that we're looking at planting with that. And we did also donate 2 trees to the high school. So they've gotten those already. I believe they're already in the ground, I'm hoping. So those have been done as well. He was very appreciative, and I hope that project, I want to go and see that project when it's done. And Kareem was a big help with, he said. So that was good to see. Let's see, the the Forester Grant, we are in the process of interviewing right now for an urban forester. Kareen has offered, as a commission member to sit in on the interviews. We've done 2, we did 2 last week, we have 1 more tomorrow. And then if we're not happy with any of the 3, we have more candidates that, but we chose the 3 that we felt were the better choices. There were about 8 applicants total. So we took the first 3 and we'll see where we get with there. And
Are they arborists?
yes, they actually, every single one of them was a certified arborist that applied. Even though it was in our materials, our solicitation for the job said that you needed to get certified within a year, but they all are certified. Actually, 1 is certified in another state, but we believe it would be transferable for that issue, so. So that's where that stands. If you remember last month, Emily Hauser was here, and she recommended submitting a grant to the Ulster County Department of the Environment. It was due like the next day, so I did it right away and submitted it. I have not heard back from them yet, so that one is out there and waiting. For 2024, out of our $20,000 allocation, we committed 5,000 of that to be used for financial assistance. So far we got 1. It was the project on Belmont Street, 17 Belmont, which was the pine tree removal. And they applied to both the city and to the Memorial Tree Fund for grant assistance. So we have granted our portion, and
if it was the same guy, we just gave somebody $500.
Yeah, it's the same person, yeah. But the bill was well over that. It was a $4,000 bill, so.
To take
So
it
it certainly is it's helping people, you know. I give both our application and the Memorial Tree Fund application out with every communication, you know, every approval that goes out. They get it. It's not a hard application to complete. You do have to, it's a reimbursement. So you do have to pay up front, but, you know, it's just very simple. You know, just a copy of your bill and a photo, and we check out that the tree is truly gone and all the conditions were met, and yeah, you're good to go. So other than that, I do wanna let people know, Sarah Wank, who is a former commission member, reached out to me. And asked about, you know, if we would have let her volunteer to prune, back some of the trees, along the Empire State Trail on Greenkill Avenue. There was a lot of like little spurts, and shoots coming off. So we agreed, she went out, she trimmed them all up, and they look really, really good. You know, I noticed it myself just going by that they needed the work. So she did it on a volunteer basis and went there with her own tools, cut them back and trimmed out some dead branches, as high as she could reach. And then, you know, so I just wanted to recognize her for that. I did send her a thank you on that. They do look good, so.
I thought those were under contract with whoever planted them. Weren't they?
For the Empire State Trail,
Or I think-
the city maintains it.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they did have, when they put the trees in, they were warranted.
And it was a cheater.
And that first year, several of them, I don't know if you recall, several of
Yes,
them
I
did
do.
die that first year. And we reached out and DOT did replace them all. The only one that really looks bad right now is the one at when you come out of Iwo Jima, and it was hit by a car, so it's leaning, but it's really alive. I mean, I'm surprised that it's got a lot of growth on it. I've asked DPW if they could try and straighten it up. I haven't had any success yet. Maybe my urban forester will have more success than me.
When did the interviews start?
They're started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kareem is sitting on the group with us. It's myself and the mayor and Kareem interviewing. We had about 8 candidates.
That's what you said.
Yeah, so.
You picked the 3 best.
We took the top, what we thought were the top 3 choices. We have one more tomorrow, and then if we decide on one of them, good. If we decide no, then we'll move forward. So. Other than that, I don't have anything.
Great.
I know. Well, the 2 that pulled out, and you know, it's just, yeah, no, I don't really have anything unless anybody has anything.
And I assume that I missed the part on 88 Highland and 43 days, the unauthorized removal, you don't have to hold that.
Yeah, well, basically 88 wants to come next month. We couldn't make today. And they want to come. They did not realize that they needed to get approval. I spoke with the gentleman, so he wants to, you know, he would like to come to our meeting and talk to us. And the other one, it was DPW takedown. You get another tree planted there. That was a lilac tree?
Yeah,
What was it?
it's called a purple robe locust.
Okay, the flowers were gorgeous. That's why I thought it was a lilac tree because of it.
A locust tree.
Okay,
And the Memorial Tree Fund met with Mr. Prizzi, or 3 of us from, because we were thought maybe he would need something for his classes, and he said, like you had helped him with some of the stuff, and it didn't sound like they needed anything right away, but there was somebody else that was planting fruit trees.
okay,
So he was supposed to put them in touch with us, so I don't know where that will go.
Okay.
We had a
maybe-
little money and we were gonna give him some money.
Okay,
So we'll
good.
see if they need more trees for any of
Okay.
the class projects.
Yeah, I would presume, I mean, the school year's wrapping up, so maybe in the fall, I don't
And
know.
it sounds like he's gonna retire soon, so like a couple of
I don't
years.
know, he's pretty young, I
I
thought.
thought he was pretty young too. It sounded like, well, I'm sort of like, you know, I don't know, not starting to, I don't know. I think
Okay.
he has at least one more year, if not two,
Okay,
maybe three, but I think it was,
all right.
he applied to us and he was sort of on the downhill slope.
No,
Okay,
you did look young.
But I thought he was pretty young to be retiring too, so.
I guess you can retire at any age.
yeah, I mean, I think the one time I spoke with him, he said he was going to one of his daughter's sporting events, so.
Gosh, it's not that old.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe I misunderstood him, but I thought he's. Well, you know, if you start with the school system
I was gonna
at
say,
age
teachers,
20,
yeah, teachers I think can retire.
and they can
20
retire
years.
kind of
Yeah.
early with a pretty
Yeah.
good pension.
And my neighbor, he retired, was in his early 50s, 52, I think.
Yeah.
He retired from the school district.
We'll talk about it.
All right, I'm gonna, motion to adjourn at 5:18.
Oh, wow.
I'm looking
Oh,
at
that's
mine.
record.
Yeah, that is a record.
I know, it's,
I have a second,
Yes, it's-
second Vince.